morning and welcome to ASI's Tuesday Morning Show, where ASI's most outspoken editors talk promo products. I'm Melinda Lagos, editor-in-chief of ASI's magazines, and it's going to be 67 degrees in Trevose today, guys.
Beautiful.
What do you think about that?
Beautiful.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Nice.
I don't like it.
Okay.
Well, Joe, you'll like it tomorrow. It's going to be freezing.
Yes.
Well, the rest of us are happy about it, I believe. So that's good. And I'm happy about today's show because we have some special guests on this show. In just a little while, Michelle Bell, editor of Supplier Global Resource, is going to announce our SGR Supplier Sales Rep of the Year and the SGR Customer Service Rep of the Year. And Michelle, we're going to have them on the radio, aren't we?
We are. I'm really super excited because they're both great.
All right, so we're going to need a drum roll for that in a little bit. Joe, what else do we have on tap for today's show?
Oh, Melinda, we have smart ways to build customer loyalty in a digital age. We're going to look at marketing tips for small business owners, ways to get appreciation you deserve, effective ways to handle an angry employee. See,
Oh, God.
that's what an angry employee would. Andy. I'm angry.
I don't think anyone's ever done that.
I just
Seven
don't
traits
even know what to say.
7 traits you need if you want to work from home. We have our favorite things, but let's start it all off in the industry news in 60 seconds. Andy.
All right, thank you, Joe. We begin this morning with top 40 financial news. Distributor firm Interworking said that it posted sales of $252 million in the third quarter, an increase of 8% over last year. Further, the company said it is expecting full-year revenue growth of double digits, with success coming from both domestic and global markets. Holiday season news now. It seems like companies will be spending more on corporate gifts this year, according to a new study from ASI. The survey of promotional products buyers shows that 62% of companies will give gifts this holiday season to clients and employees, and those companies say they'll be spending an average of $5 more per gift this year. Supplier news now. WC Bunting, a supplier firm based in Ohio, suffered a devastating fire late last week that gutted the company's operations. It happened overnight Thursday, but the company vows to rebuild and is continuing its business right now. Read more about the unfortunate incident in Promogram today. Sourcing news now. Contract talks between West Coast dock workers and shipping lines are in danger of breaking down. Analysts have said that even a short port strike could have far-reaching consequences for the U.S. economy, with trade groups estimating that a 10-day stoppage could cost the country $21 billion and cause major delays on products coming into the country. And finally, make sure to check out the latest episode of The Joe Show in Promogram today. Joe, what's hot for today?
Andy, we got a cool knit cap, and we have the iFidelity side sweep speakers.
iFidelity.
iFidelity.
Am I looking at one of those right now?
Yes.
All right. Check it out in Promogram today.
All right, thank you very
Your
much,
turn to
Andy
speak.
Cohen. All right, now we have our product safety minute with our friend Leighton Lee. He is going to talk about test reports you should not rely on for your products. Good morning, Leighton. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. I hope first on my hit list is test reports from that are done according to European safety standards. European safety standards. A lot of factories in Asia will send test reports on their products that state European tests. Well, that's fine and dandy for products that are going to Europe, but for products destined for U.S. and Canada, those European test protocols are not applicable to us here in the U.S. for CPSIA, for FDA, for CalProp 65, etc. So anytime you see a test report that shows European testing on it, it is not reliable.
Leighton, don't you think it's important to mention that some U.S. suppliers and North American suppliers might be tempted to use them because European standards are really considered the gold standard and much higher than the U.S. So they might assume that it's fine to use those tests when in fact it's not.
Great question, Michelle, because yes, European testing is deemed to be the gold standard. However, our federal and state agencies in North America have specific testing protocols. These are the methods used in the lab. These are the methods that are spelled out in Federal Register type documents passed by federal agencies, but they're just not applicable. It's just a real dichotomy when suppliers and distributors take a look at these reports and they say, wow, these are pretty good reports, but they're flawed as far as applicability to North American safety standards. so they cannot be relied on. They're good for advice and just to see if the factory or the supplier has done testing, but they're not reliable for our legal needs. Another point I wanted to bring out today, older test reports. Some factories and suppliers might have older test reports. These are 2 years, 3 years old. Well, in 2 to 3 years, the products and the materials have changed. Whether we like it or not, those materials and those components and the products themselves might have changed, so they're not reliable if the report is more than 14, 15 months old. Don't forget CPSIA on children's products mandates that no test report is acceptable after 12 months from the date of testing. Also look at the report to make sure that the report is what it purports to be. If you're testing a lanyard and that lanyard that you are buying is a blue lanyard with a gold-colored clip, and the photograph in the report shows a red lanyard with a white clip, well, wrongo bongo, it's not going to be applicable to the product that you're buying. And last but not least, sometimes reports coming from Asia or even from suppliers in our industry might test 1 or 2 components of the item, but let's say that item has 4 or 5 components. Well, there are 3 components missing from that report. There might be other reasons why there are missing components, but you want the report to show all the components that are used in the product that you're purchasing. So, folks, that is this Product Safety Minute. I'm sorry to run a little behind today and run a little long, but you folks have a great week. Be safe out there. The weather's going to be cooling off for the rest of the week. Take care.
Thanks for that.
Thanks, Leighton. And that was Leighton Lee from ETS Express.
But he did provide us with Rongo Bongo.
Is that a CPSIA
I'm
term,
going
do you
to say
think?
that to Joe from now on when he annoys me.
Rongo Bongo.
I am
Rongo
definitely
Bongo.
breaking out Rongo Bongo later for
I like
sure.
he gave us a weather report, too.
He did, yeah.
All right. Well, that
He's a
was
jack of all trades.
Leighton Lee with the Product Safety Minute. Now I'm going to turn over the mic to Michelle Bell from Supplier Global Resource. She has 2 exciting announcements to make for the Supplier Global Resource Sales Rep of the Year and Customer Service Rep.
I do, and it is our 5th annual awards presentation for these SGR awards, and we take into consideration distributor voting. So these 2 people who are going to be winning, one for Supplier Rep of the Year, one for Customer Service Rep of the Year, were both nominated by and voted for by distributors in the industry, and they're both so well deserving. And I couldn't be happier to announce that this year's Supplier Sales Rep of the Year is Julie Strobe from Hit Promotional Products, and she is on the phone with us. Hey, Julie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, you get applause.
Thank you.
So, Julie, you've been with HIT for over 9 years now. So tell us, what do you love most about being a supplier sales rep in the industry?
It's really about the people that I get to meet. I've been in the industry for 16 years, and I've made some really great friends, both on the supplier side and on the distributor side.
And you met your
these are
husband in
people
the industry, right?
And I met my husband, yes, exactly. So it's all good.
Great. And tell us, what's the best advice you've received for being a great sales rep?
The best advice I received is definitely to understand the art of following up. And by that I mean if I tell a customer that I'm going to do something, I make sure I do it, no fail.
That's great. And talk to me, Julie, you and I had some communication about, your favorite HIT promotional products over the years. What's the thing that you love to sell the most?
Right now, it's definitely anything in the technology category. We've got a great selection of products from power banks to Bluetooth speakers to accessories in all different price points. So we've really got something in the tech category for everybody in every budget.
That's great. And Julie, were you shocked by all the nominations you received?
Pardon me?
Were you shocked by all the nominations you received for the award?
Shocked and completely humbled. I just do my job to the best of my ability, and I love what I do. So to be honored this way is just amazing.
Well, congratulations, and you can read more about Julie's award today in Promogram, in our installment of Promogram, and also in my blog that'll be posted on asicentral.com. Thanks so much, Julie.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, and now, Michelle, you also have the Supplier Global Resource Customer Service Rep of the Year to announce.
We do, and we just started doing this award a few years ago, and I think it's a really important award because, as I've said before, I truly believe this, that in any company, customer service is the most important department of any company, even more than sales, I would say, because, salespeople are the ones who bring in the sales, but customer service people are the ones who keep them happy. So again, it is my pleasure to announce that this year's Customer Service Sales Rep of the Year is Callie Neal with a little company we may have heard of called Polyconcept, North America.
Yay,
Hey, Callie.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How you doing, Callie?
I'm doing wonderful this morning. And yourself?
Good, thank you. So Callie has been with PCNA for 4 years. And I love this in your story, which you'll read a little bit about today in Promogram. You started out when you were 16 years old and you worked at Denny's. And that's how you got, you said, a feel for dealing with customer service?
Yes, I did. I've actually been in customer service basically since that time. Every role that I've held since then has been customer facing.
That's great. And what are some tips you can give our listeners for great customer service?
I think probably the most important tips that I could pass along to somebody is, first and foremost, you really have to know your product or the service that you offer like the back of your hand. You can never learn enough about what you're offering, and you can never know enough about what your customer needs as well. I think also you have to know where to find the resources to get the information that you need. Any good customer service person is completely dependent on resources within the company. We are not an island. We don't work alone. We have so many different departments. So knowing who to go to for what you need is probably, I would say, if not the most important, second to the most important. And then asking questions of your customer. I think, you can never know enough about what your customer needs, and don't assume that you know exactly what they need based on the opening sentence or the opening request from the phone call.
Okay, great. And, kind of springboarding from that, what advice would you give to distributors who are listening to kind of make their ordering experience more easy and efficient when dealing with suppliers? Are there tips you can give them?
Absolutely. I think it comes down to open communication. Find out who your contacts are at the companies, and don't hesitate to have those conversations about what it is we need, what it is required for orders. Customers tend to call in when there's an issue or they need something, but it doesn't hurt to have just one of those one-off conversations with your contact at the company every once in a while to re-engage with that company and find out what it is we need, what is required for orders, time frames, all that stuff. So for us customer service personnel learning about our own company, it's just as important for our customers to learn about us as well.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Callie, and congratulations.
Thank you very
Happy
much.
for you.
Have a great day.
You're welcome. Thank you. And again, this will be on Program today. Andy, that comes out at what time? 2 noon? 2?
Yeah, around 1 o'clock.
Okay, and at my blog as well. And we're really excited for them. I'm thrilled that it's 2 women. Sometimes I've had 2 men win the award. I'm thrilled that it's women this year.
Yeah.
What
go girls.
makes those 2 great? What was it about them?
It was really the distributor nominations that I got for both of them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get, this, Andy, you do awards programs, you get a line, or 2 about somebody. The people who nominated these 2 send in paragraphs and specific examples. I mean, Julie's sales are up year to date 40%. Wow. And it's because of how she's helped her clients grow their businesses. And because of that, they reciprocate and they're giving, HIT so much more of their business as well. Terry McGuire from Halo. Giggle, because we love him.
Wow. That just happened
And my
heart just skipped a beat.
I know.
She didn't even think about
Terry
it. It just
McGuire
kind of happened.
Nominated Callie, and what he said about her is that she's so rare, and that I think the phrase she used was a trifecta of professionalism, and that she's responsive, she's thorough, and her ability to really understand what goes on with Halo's clients is what separates her from everyone else.
It seems as though good supplier sales reps and customer service reps can really increase the loyalty of distributors. They have a big impact on that. Distributors like to be comfortable with the companies that they buy from, and that comfort really, boils down to the people that they deal with at those companies, and they have a big impact on the loyalty of distributors. It's
Well,
not
just
just
like
about
anybody.
price or anything like that.
You know, it's interesting. Callie only deals with 7 companies, and you think, okay, only 7, but the companies she deals with have thousands of reps in
Right.
total. So her and her team are really touching many, many different people throughout the industry, and so their level of service really has to be elevated at a consistent level.
Sure.
I wanted to hear some Denny stories.
Yeah, me too.
She's also like one of.
I was
think
going to
she's
make a
like the
joke about
oldest-
Grand Slams, but
Yeah, no, the
I
Grand Slam
decided
breakfast.
I decided not
But you
to.
know what? I mean,
She's
It's
also Joe, like you though. She's one of 5,
Mhm.
so I think she may be the oldest. So she's used to dealing with, as she said, many different personalities, and how you have to kind of cater
Yeah.
to who's the cranky one, who's the happy one, who's the one that needs more attention.
Joe's the one that needs more
I
attention.
know, right?
you're the happy one. You're
Is
the
he
cranky.
cranky?
You're the cranky one.
I'm not cranky. I'm very happy.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to reading more about those two in Supplier Global and in your blog and in Promogram today. We're going to pause for a message from today's show sponsor, ASI Education. And when we return, Kathy's going to talk about building customer loyalty.
At ASI, we know that education is the key to success, so we're excited to announce our newly reimagined online learning center. Log in and test the all-new intuitive interface. Share photos, stories, and communicate with other ASI members who are learning along with you. Expand your knowledge with wikis, discussion boards, and more than 350 courses, which include valuable marketing and sales information. And for your convenience, the Online Learning Center now uses a single sign-on access like your other ASI services. Best of all, it's free. Become an industry expert and see what's new on the ASI Online Learning Center at www.asicentral.com/online-learning.
Welcome back to ASI's Tuesday morning show, where we just heard from the SGR Supplier Sales Rep of the Year and Customer Service Rep of the Year. Very exciting news. But now, Kathy, we're going to switch gears and talk about building customer loyalty in a digital age. And you have some tips for us.
Well, yeah, tip number 1 is pretty obvious. Engage with your fans through social media.
All right.
And this is backed up by a survey from Deloitte. 75% of online Americans say product information found on social channels influences their shopping behavior. I know it does me. How about you all?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Michelle's sitting here shaking her head,
She's going,
but I want to call shenanigans on that because
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
What? No, it's shenanigans.
Bongo.
Because
Right,
Michelle
that's
has
Rongo Bongo.
it's Rongo Bongo because Michelle has more than 1,000 Twitter followers. So Michelle, you don't like Facebook, I know, and things like that, but you certainly engage with hundreds of people every day on social media.
But I do not use it thoroughly enough or as
and you're
in-depth.
an avid blogger, I would as well say.
Have it. I haven't done
Okay.
it in 4 months.
Yeah.
I don't even call
You're a
me avid.
blogger.
Have you seen the last one? That's
Yeah,
up
it was
there?
like July.
It's been a while
Okay.
ago.
Not
I don't
avid.
know if I would let I would not base product
Everyone's
purchasing
using
decisions
Blackberries.
on social media. Like that is not. So I'm the one that wouldn't.
I
Okay.
use it all the time. Well, like Yelp and stuff for restaurants.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, TripAdvisor,
Yeah.
all that kind of
For
stuff.
trips?
Do you
for
trust
trips.
what you see on Yelp?
Yes,
I
I
don't.
totally do.
You do.
I totally
I
do.
don't.
Why?
Well, especially
Because
don't
it always
really.
turns out to be right. Yeah.
if hundreds and hundreds of people have responded to something and there's a star rating, then you figure that has to hold
If
some
there's a
water.
lot of
If
ratings.
there's 4
Right.
ratings
Because
and one's
star
a
ratings are
disgruntled-
always right, Andy.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's
well,
true, though.
we have a naysayer here. No, but I mean, if there's only 3 reviews and one person
Michelle says boo
angry,
star
that's
ratings.
right. That's different. But
Right.
no, I take a lot of stock in that as
Yeah,
well.
totally. Okay, and second, offer customer service assistance online. A recent Loyalty 360 study found that U.S. mobile shoppers, 75% would prefer to use live online chat versus calling to speak to an agent. I agree with that.
This
too.
is important. I agree with this. And it's
Do
also
you chat with people when you're buying stuff?
I have. I don't regularly, but I have. But it's not just that. It's also giving customers the ability to do self-service online. That's a big business trend moving forward, and it's something that companies are going to have to do. The buyers today, especially younger buyers, they don't necessarily want to talk to a person. They want to either figure it out themselves or they want questions answered
Just a
throughout the
quick-
process.
yeah.
Right.
And you have to have a website or customer service organization that has the ability to offer some sort of self-service to people online.
I'd like to add one thing, that companies who have a customer service component in social media, that it should not be just for show. For example, the airlines.
Yes.
I have dealt with that where I tried
have
to
too.
reach them through social media, and their response to me, which was very quick, was, "Please use our 800 number." That is not customer
it's
service.
not.
No,
you
that's
should
not
interact
good.
with customers in any way that they want and have all those channels open, and whatever they choose
Right.
is how you should respond.
And to that point, 60% of shoppers will abandon their online shopping carts and never make purchases from that retailer again if they experience poor customer service.
Yeah.
And finally, I'll give you one more. Use loyalty programs. 76% of North American consumers are more likely to choose retailers that offer loyalty programs, and that makes sense.
I think people expect something for free today.
Mhm.
It just whether it's a percentage off or something, you get something free if you buy a certain amount of product or certain dollar amount. It just seems to be almost an expectation of consumers today. So that kind of element is going to move into the business to business world as well.
My
All
barber
right.
has a frequent cut.
A loyalty program.
How many
really?
cuts do you need to get a free one?
5, you get
Just
$5
5?
off your
Oh.
5, you get $5 off your next cut.
Okay.
At the hair barn?
No, it's a barber.
It's called
shop.
the Hair Barn.
No, the hair bar. No, it's a barber. Nick's. It's called Nick's.
Does it have like one of those striped barber poles outside?
Yeah, it's a
It
barber
has
shop.
to.
Okay, I didn't know
That's the law?
It's
I
like
didn't know
putting
that.
a stop sign up on the
That's very
street. Like
old-fashioned.
you have to.
You know they're open when it's spinning. When it's not
Oh.
spinning, you know that they've closed.
I don't go
Is
to a
that
barber.
the rule in 1950?
It's the truth. I come to the intersection, I don't see it spinning. It's like,
Do
oh.
they have a quartet? Barbershop quartet?
That's just
Okay,
Just two of
moving
them.
on.
Cat.
Andy Cohen.
Just went overboard with that.
We're going to talk about some other marketing,
Sanchez, Andy.
other types of marketing tips for small business owners. What do you have?
Yeah, so I have a few tips here. We'll post the rest to our website. But along the lines of what Kathy was saying, and that I chimed in on as far as free is concerned, the first tip is to give some stuff away. It doesn't have to be just a whole free order to customers, but if you're a new small business and you want to get people to understand what you do, start by essentially giving them some stuff away. It doesn't have to be whole orders.
Samples?
You can do samples, exactly. You can have your own self promos that they might find useful in their business. So use products that they'll certainly put to use and then get something out of. So make sure you're giving customers what you're trying to sell them.
I think a lot of newer suppliers in this industry don't understand that concept when you see them for the first time at a trade show.
Right.
They have no samples for anyone, whether it's expensive sample or not. I mean, some of the things aren't that expensive, and they got nothing for anyone.
Right. They got nothing for,
For
anyone.
anyone. That's no good.
Like I said, nothing for nobody, but that's a double negative.
What's another tip, Andy?
Create your own event. Have a customer appreciation event or something to show off if you have a showroom. Get people together in an event that you're sponsoring so that you can make them essentially feel good about your business and good about interacting with you. It's no kind of hard sell. It's just you getting to know them and them getting to know you. So in kind of a lighthearted way. So create a marketing event that people can come to, but make sure it's not a high sell type of thing. It's more of like a networking event for people in the area. And lastly, support a cause. Doesn't have to cost you anything, but get involved in a local charity and give your time and maybe even some promotional products that they need. Provide those, but make sure you're present there and interacting with the community. That's how you get your name out. When you're a new small business, you're looking for ways to get your name out, and getting into events and charitable occasions that are in your community can be a great way to do that. So make sure you do that.
All right, we're going to put those tips online at asi.com/radio. Joe Haley, do you always get the appreciation you deserve?
Not from Michelle.
I
I think everyone from time to time feels that they're not getting the appreciation or the recognition that they deserve.
Absolutely, but you have some techniques people can use to
Yeah, I do.
get
There's
the
5 of them.
appreciation.
One of them's not to laugh. One. I'm gonna go over a few of them. One of them is.
I was laughing with Kathy.
If you want appreciation, you have to show appreciation. So you've got to say, Michelle, you did a great job yesterday.
Thank you,
And
Joe.
You're welcome. See, so you get used to that type of give and take.
I would think you're high if you said something like that.
Because you didn't do a great job. The other thing is are you really listening? Because sometimes people take a compliment and they say, yeah, and it was nothing, and but they'll take the criticism to heart. So actually listen to what people are saying. That you might be getting that appreciation that you deserve. And one more, I'll say, maybe you're just too awesome, Andy. And that's what it says. Seriously, that you might not be getting appreciation because
That's my story.
you always meet
stick to that one.
deadlines. You never lose your temper. You're always prepared. People may overlook your efforts because of that, because everything is so seamless with you, you know. And this doesn't say then go screw up so people will notice the other stuff. It just says, you know, in this case, all
Maybe
you
that
need to,
is a way to go, though.
in this case, all you need to do is change your perspective, recognizing that their behavior towards you itself is a subtle compliment.
Huh?
Obviously,
I
they've never
think that's
seen your act at
BS.
the hot party.
Anyway,
That's enhancing the counselor brand.
Yeah, is that what that is?
we're going to put this list on asicentral.com/radio for everyone to ponder a little later.
All right, we'll check that out. And Michelle, everybody has times when they encounter an angry employee. And you have some techniques today, some tactics on how to.
It's all bank.
We all
diffuse the
have staffers here.
situation.
Have we ever had an angry one? I get criers. I don't get
We
angry
don't
ones.
have.
I
I don't
get
get angry
criers.
in our
ones.
department. We
No.
don't
Yeah.
have
No.
very much anger, hopefully.
No.
Have you guys ever had?
But
okay.
but people, it happens.
Although I will say I could probably deal with anger better than crying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
God,
could
hate-
too.
I hate to cry.
Yeah. So there's that.
So here are just some tips when you are the one on the receiving end of the anger from an employee. Number one, stay calm. If you watch your tone and volume, perhaps it will have an impact on them. Watch your nonverbal signals. Make sure your body language is non-confrontational. So, for example, no finger pointing, as one of us tends to do.
Michelle finger pointed at me yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Did.
I did. I'm not submitting to the Neil Awards. Blah.
Yeah.
Oh, me neither.
That's the Pulitzer Prize of B2B journalism.
All right. So
The
let's move
Ponzi
on.
scheme
I
of
know,
journalism.
she loves that.
No, the other one is a Ponzi scheme.
All right. Let's move on.
Allow the employee to talk. Sometimes employees just want to release some steam. They just want to get some things off their chest. Again, though, they'll take their tone from you. So if they start out yelling, if you remain calm and speak in a measured way, you know, maybe they'll take a page out of your book. But let them get some stuff off their chest.
I think that's actually a big one. I think a lot of people just sometimes they
Just
want
want
to
to
be
vent.
heard.
Yeah.
They just want to vent it off their chest
Yep.
and then move on.
Here's and we'll post all of these online, but here's, I think, a key one too. If the conversation isn't calming down, if the employee is either getting more angry as they're talking, ask them to table the discussion, you know, for the end of the day or tomorrow, and perhaps by that time they'll have relaxed or just calmed down a little. Not that you don't want to hear what they're going to say, but just to get some time to, you know, away from
How
the
about
person.
To alert
Oh,
security.
Figure out
slow your
exit
roll,
plan.
brother.
Figure out your exit plan. We're going to have this in Melinda's office. She has 2 doors.
All right. We're going to put this online at asicentral.com/radio. We just
appreciate
have
that
enough
report.
time in the show for our editors to talk about their favorite products of the week. Kathy, let's start with you.
All right, mine is really cool, I think. I've never seen this, and you know I go out to eat a lot.
You
It's
do.
the Guest Check Illuminator from Ready Check Glow. ASI 80.
Is this for old people who can't read the menu?
No, it's no. Ready Check Glow,
was
ASI
rude.
80884, and it's a brand new supplier in the industry. And this woman had like a genius idea. She was out, and the waiter kept coming over and saying, "Are you ready to pay the check? You ready to pay the check?" No, this lights
Oh.
up when you're ready to pay the check, so it alerts the waiter. Okay, now come over and take my check. Do you think that's cool?
Oh, that's a good idea.
How will the waiter know what it is?
So instead of going,
What do you mean?
What do you mean? They have them at the restaurant.
Oh, they have them at the restaurant.
Yeah.
You don't bring your
You
own.
don't just
No,
bring
they
your
bring your
own.
own.
Just bring in a beacon.
No, you would sell them to
It's a red flag.
restaurants.
I've got my light.
I think that's a great idea.
That is
Yeah,
a
isn't
great
that a great
idea.
idea?
Yeah.
Then I won't have to raise my hand. I raise my hand.
And do
Or go like
do the
this.
check sign.
it's an international sign for check.
All right, Andy, stop laughing and tell us your favorite product.
I'm just trying to envision people coming to restaurants
With
with
their
their
own
light.
little-
I'm ready.
You can have like flares.
All right, everybody loves a good pair of boxer shorts, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
who doesn't?
of course.
Yeah.
So mine are all over print boxers that would be great for fraternities and any college bookstores. They sell them in every one in the country, so check them out online now. They're available from Marathon Manufacturing and Supply, and that's ASI 68707.
All right, Joe, what do you have?
Vinny, get this going. So this is a side swipe iFidelity speakers.
Whoa!
Look at
Wow.
that.
They're
That's fancy.
Bluetooth. Now wait for it. And that means it's already.
We couldn't have
that's
played a
nice.
different song than that.
It's George Harrison.
I know. I hate
Anyway,
the
I
Beatles.
think
Those
these
are
are
very
awesome.
cool.
The Sleepy Beetle.
I mean, come on.
Close it back up, and then it turns off.
Awesome.
I like
So-
the product. I hate the choice of music, though.
I don't know what's wrong with you. You can get this. It's a great employee gift or for any music-based promotion. You can get it from Leeds, ASI.
Yay!
66887. Find them
Another
online
giggle.
at leedsworld.com.
All right, Michelle Bell, what's
Yes.
your product?
In honor of Julie Stroh being our Supplier Sales Rep of the Year, this product is from HIT, and it is our newest product giveaway for the ASI show. It's got our little logo on it.
Can
and
I
we're
get
gonna,
one of those?
Yes, we're going to give them away to people who call and post comments on our Facebook site. And it is, I don't know what this does because it's technology.
It
What
charges
does this do?
It's a charging cable.
charging.
It has all the different connections for your iPhone 6, for your BlackBerry.
It is really cool,
Whatever
though.
you have, it'll even charge your phone, Michelle.
Yeah, so you plug
That
it
I
in.
don't think.
You plug it into your computer. No, I tested it. It does. It charges the BlackBerry. So you plug it into your computer, and then you use one of these things to.
Charge.
Yep. So it's got our little
Wow.
ASI logo on it, and it is from HIT Promotional Products, 61125, Julie Strobe's company.
I
our
want one.
supplier
Very
rep of the year.
good.
That is
Because I
very
like
cool.
it.
All right, those products are online at asicentral.com/radio. We are out of time. Thanks today for listening. Thanks to today's show sponsor, ASI Education. Tune in next week for more fun and excitement. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Rongo Bongo.